On the march, the empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
InfoWars Life and InfoWarsLife.com is extremely excited to announce our latest release, Winter Sun, a revolutionary type of vitamin D3. Winter Sun is a premium quality vitamin D3 nutritional supplement. It is produced by extracting oil from healthy, nutrient-dense plants known as lichens. Every batch is analyzed for purity and D3 content. It's completely free of toxins and allergens. Simply put, if you want the best at an extremely low price, this is it. Winter Sun is the result of our pursuit of the best source of vitamin D3. The research and development took over 2 years, but the result, as verified by independent laboratories, is the best vegan vitamin D3 product in the world. Read the facts at InfoWarsLife.com about Winter Sun Vitamin D3. Not only does vitamin D3 promote a healthy mood, but vitamin D supports our memory and brain function, something the globalists are targeting. Visit InfoWars.com today or call 888-253-3139. Used since before the days of the Roman Empire to support the body's natural systems and enhance overall health. Introducing the new InfoWarsLife.com oil of oregano formulation, a highly advanced nutraceutical form of this key herb that has been traditionally used by civilizations for thousands of years to promote health. We have now procured the most high quality and potent forms of oregano oil on the market, sourced from top leading manufacturers to ensure a concentrated level of bioactive ingredients. Extracted directly from the wild herb and sealed in easy-to-use capsules, you will no longer need to endure the burning of liquid oregano on the tongue. Wild crafted from the Mediterranean oregano species that experts agree is one of the most powerful and most challenging to acquire. This winter season, it's more important than ever to secure this true form of oil of oregano. Now available in our limited first run at InfoWarsLife.com. That's InfoWarsLife.com or call 888-253-3139.
The average person's life is filled with unexpected challenges. Unlock the energy it takes to defeat these daily beasts with super male or super female vitality, specifically designed to assist the body in regulating proper hormone balance to create superior vitality in males and females. Supercharge and conquer your world at InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139.
The government's Department of Homeland Security is buying up loads of ammo. At the same time, they're restricting civilians' rights to own and purchase firearms. Can you put two and two together? Infidel Body Armor can stop every round, including hollow points and .308 sniper rounds, is reasonably priced and fully legal. But for how long? Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com, spelled I-N-F-I-D-E-L, bodyarmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
Resistance to tyrants is obedience to God. It's Alex Jones.
And this is Real Talk Radio, InfoWars Live. I'm your host, Alex Jones. It's real. No teleprompters, just real analysis, real facts, and we have some fun here on the broadcast as well. Coming to you from deep behind enemy lines. I mean, I am in FEMA Region 6. FEMA says they've conquered the country. We're under international receivership, being maneuvered into total bankruptcy by public design, and now covert warfare coming to Texas sparks some fears of federal takeover. Oh, no, there's not a federal takeover of energy, a federal takeover of education, a federal takeover of health care, a federal takeover of bureaucracies, a federal takeover of our children's minds. No, there's no federal takeover. Just how outrageous. And you could read this Houston Chronicle article and think I'm going to read the whole thing on air. And it is an education on deception and fraud and manipulation of the sheeple and pacification. Meanwhile, Jade Helm troops to operate undetected amongst civilian population. And, of course, the military people and the vets are not buying any of it. They're not stupid. You can read about how it's to get the hearts and minds and how to get the public used to working and the local police working with the military. I mean, everybody who's been in the military knows about the secret EOD program going on for 18 years. their whole ordnance disposal, you know, quote, the Army's going to show up to defuse a bomb. But then you get the internal agreements. It's for everything from warrant service to checkpoints with military personnel in nondescript blue jumpsuits, just like the Army Ranger called in and said they were wearing EPA blue jumpsuits. It's always blue or tan jumpsuits. And it might say EPA. It might say police. It might say Park Service. I mean, I've videotaped Delta Force in these outfits, and then they sent a guy in uniform over to put a gun to Mike Hansen's chest and head on the ground in San Antonio after we'd had the police chief already throw him out. They still came in, and then they put, Hansen wouldn't give him the video camera with the tape in it, back when they had tape, and they took it, erased it, and gave it back. You know, pulled the gun out, stuck it up to him. Oh, nothing's going on. No, no. They're just simulating killing and assassinating Americans in these stinking drills. And they're going to have some, quote, drills where they'll chase a guy with a big turban on his head and a beard. I've been to those, too, and they'll have that on the news. Crazy Alex Jones says they're gearing up for a takeover. Anti-American piece of trash. But here's the video as they practice chasing Durka Muhammad Jihad, a.k.a. Team America. Folks, training with the police, training with locals in plain clothes, quote, doing suspicious activities, is to train the police to work with the military in covert operations and to condition the military to accept it and to condition the public to accept it. And then when we cover it and talk about it, they practice the PSYOP in real time, putting out disinformation. I can see the script from Army Times to military.com to Stars and Stripes to Bloomberg to Daily Beast to Vice to the Houston Chronicle, and no exaggeration today. You go search Jade Helm. There are now hundreds of articles, and in almost all of them, yours truly is being demonized. Jones, who's warned of an imminent takeover for decades, I'm going to read the quotes, keeps claiming it's going to happen, but of course it never does. No, it never does. Checkpoints, TSA, open spying, highway dividers being put up nationwide, open manuals that the #1 enemy is veterans and gun owners and Christians. I mean, come on. This is the PSYOP. And I guess no babies were aborted either. And I guess if you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor, and it's going to cut your bill in half, and 2 + 2 = 5. No, it doesn't. Makes me sick. You guys are showing news from a web search. That's good. But you can also show it, you know, Stars and Stripes, all of it. Click news. You can really see all the articles. And it's just so frustrating to read the Houston Chronicle one because it just gives me a headache. It gives me a headache that they're preying on the Houston readers. That's the biggest paper in South Texas. It's the paper to 10 million Texans. 7 million of them in Houston. 2 million people will probably read that stinking article. I don't want your family down there that makes it, and I don't mind them making it look like I'm a liar. It's that they are dishonorable, and they know full well what they're doing. They're giant, steaming piles of traitorous evil. And I just am tired of looking at them. I mean, I'll be quite frank with you. I'm not even scared of dying. I'm not scared to fight these people. I'm sick of it. I am sick of looking at miserable scum. All you fools in the mainstream media who've had your pay cut, most of you lost your jobs, and you still sycophantically run around groveling to the lies. Any idiot could go research and read all the official RAND Corporation and Pentagon documents about the National Police Force and the brigades they're setting up, because they'll admit it out of one side of their mouth and then deny it out of the other. In fact, I'm going to get into the price of ground beef has doubled since 2008. That's your real inflation. Huge article that's so important next hour. Russia has constructed massive underground shelters in anticipation of nuclear war, 400 square miles. This is a story that has hundreds of data points, ties into everything. Gives me a huge headache to even look at it. I'm not kidding. I'm like a computer with smoke coming out of its ears. FBI figures tweaked to show phony increases in mass shootings. Yeah. We actually have statisticians that volunteer their work, professors, people like that, and a lot of them don't want to come on air. Rob Dew's brother's a statistician and a professor, a PhD, becoming a professor, and they basically threatened his professor job if he ever came on the show again. So we have other statisticians, and they analyze this stuff and don't come on air because they'll lose their university job because the country's so free. It's so free that they'll run them out of the university if they dare analyze stuff. The country's so free, and there's no police state. They're just banning pro-gun groups and marches and student groups all over the state and all over the country. But we reported 2 years ago when the 20-year FBI numbers came out from 92 to 2012. And there was a 51% overall drop in guns being used in crimes, but mass shootings had gone up a little bit. And then we noticed right there, and the statistician we were talking to pointed out, you notice they've added certain classes of gang violence into mass shooting now. So if you take those out, it's actually gone down. But overall, in 2013 alone, there were 67 people killed in, quote, school shootings, period. And memory serves, I think 40-something were mass shootings, and most of that was gangs shooting each other. And that's if you use the phony baloney New Haven stuff, but this is Fox News. Of course they did that. But let's go ahead and analyze this piece of this information. And you notice you read this, you go read all the others, it's the same article scrambled. We ought to even check and see if Dylan Baddour is a human or if he's a CIA bot. You think I'm joking? I don't really think Dylan's a CIA bot, but a CIA bot could have written this. I knew about 10 years ago they had government bots actually writing articles where they put in the disinfo and then it scrambles it, makes it look like a person wrote it, and then puts a fake nom de plume pen name for the robot program on it. If you don't believe that, just type CIA developing fake journalist computers to write news. And it was declassified 4 years ago, but we knew about it 6 years before. But these things must be done a little bit more delicately. So humans wrote the Stars and Stripes and the Army Times disinfo, and then other humans just scramble it. But not for long. These people will be replaced with bots soon enough. Just as they've announced they're getting rid of White House press conferences soon. You know, the standard daily ones. They're just going to have an announcement in their own video department, and that's it. No questions. Because they already pre-screen them, but sometimes reporters want to be rock stars and will actually ask a real question. Because that's the paradox. You ask real questions, you get famous and successful and make money. People want that. But you can't do it or they'll fire you, so it's a paradox. Kind of like this show, everywhere we end up being on the air, gets high ratings. Mom and pop stations end up beating the big juggernauts. And we get taken off the air for having a race car that's 400 horsepower beating 600 horsepower race cars. We beat them, and so they go, oh, you can't be on the racetrack. From New York to Florida, from California, it's happened over and over again. Just destroy Rush Limbaugh. The response is, take me off the air. ESPN always comes and buys the station. Always. Covert warfare coming to Texas sparks some fears. In fact, that's an industry inside joke that you put my show on for a year to up your ratings and sell your station. Anyways, covert warfare coming to Texas sparks some fears of federal takeover. Some fears. So they write it to get you to read it. Because when they want to bury something, they give it a boring headline. But, oh, my gosh, federal takeover. That's not happening. This map from an Army slideshow. See, first they denied it was real a week and a half ago. Then they said, oh, we're not sure if it's totally real. Jones may have added stuff. And then, okay, it's real. So first, just oh, we're not sure that's real. Oh, we're not sure. We're not sure. We're not sure there's death panels. Okay, yeah, there are. Okay. Just creeping around like evil Siamese cats. This map from an Army slideshow explaining Operation Jade Helm frightens some with its designation of Texas as a hostile